Hey guys, your girl SoFab here. I'm just super excited about this interview. We have been talking about Lunge Forward for a while now, and I was able to get a member from the Lung Cancer Initiative to join me this morning. So I want you guys to do me all a favor and please welcome Paige Humble. Just so glad to have you on the show, and just appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to join us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm thrilled to be here and excited to raise awareness about this wonderful event.
Absolutely. And for those of you who do not know, Paige is the executive director of the Lung Cancer Initiative. And what you guys essentially do, what I did not know is that you were the leading nonprofit in North Carolina that essentially aids patients who or families or people who have lung cancer or are dealing with lung cancer. And you're just a wealth of knowledge and resources. So first and foremost, thank you guys for providing that platform because it's much needed. We all know that cancer is a horrible disease and it does not discriminate against anyone. And for our listeners out there, you all know that, my brother and I, we lost our mother recently to lung cancer, non-smokers lung cancer last April. So to know that there's an organization out there who really cares and who wants to do everything to try to fight to find a cure and help people, we can't thank you guys enough.
Well, thank you, and I'm so sorry for your loss. And that's at Lung Cancer Initiative. That's what we're all about. We want to create hope, and we want to support people that have been impacted by lung cancer across the lung cancer community. So here in the Triangle, but also across the state of North Carolina, and really beyond. And the Triangle Lunge Forward, it benefits LCI and it benefits our programs around research, education, and access to support individuals both in small communities and again across North Carolina and beyond.
Awesome. And I have to know because when you get involved in a nonprofit, that's a monster in its own. But then to also be in a nonprofit such as this, what did it mean to you to become a part of this mission?
Absolutely. Well, I had the good fortune to be a part of LCI from the beginning. We held our first event in 2007, and I actually was working at Duke Riley Hospital at the time. And Duke Riley was the very first sponsor of our very first 5K event. And at the time, when we held this event, we didn't know what to expect.
Mhm.
And we held it at Ravenscroft on the school's campus. And we ended up having more than 850 people come
Wow.
out, and we raised more than $88,000 through that
Oh my
first event. And there was a feeling that you got there where you knew that this was a community of support, a passionate community. And it also said there is a need. There is a need in this community for us to come together. And it really solidified us as an organization. So in 2008 is when we officially became a 501c3. And now here we are 17 years later, still doing the Triangle Lunge Forward and still making a huge difference and growing, seeing our network grow.
Absolutely. And that's so awesome. And the other thing that I would love to ask is when it comes to, your organization and meeting people from all walks of life, young, old, wherever, how does it make you feel when you hear these stories of people who say, I beat it?
It it gives me chills when you say that. There is a feeling, and again, there's a passion in this community, and there's such a support among one another, among survivors kind of sharing their journey with each other, families sharing their
Mhm.
journeys. And it's just something that it's hard to describe, but you feel it. And I'll say, when you're at the Triangle Lunge Forward or really any of our events, and you see the survivors that gather, and they gather on the stage and they introduce themselves, it's just there's a feeling there, and it's a feeling of mutual support that unless you're there, it's hard to describe it.
Absolutely. And when it comes to the organization, can you let everyone know kind of the resources that you guys provide?
Sure. So we focus our efforts in several key areas. We focus on access. So we have a gas card program for patients who are dealing with a lung cancer diagnosis. And the whole goal of our program is to help patients who are traveling for their treatment. And that is certainly open to any lung cancer patient in North Carolina. We also have our patient emergency fund, and that provides stipends to help patients in just accessing their basic needs,
Mm,
because there's always a financial burden with a cancer diagnosis.
absolutely.
We also partner with other nonprofits in the community, though. We have our Reach Grant program. So we're always looking for partners that are wanting to do something to further access to lung cancer screening, to treatment, to clinical research. And then we fund research here, right here in the Triangle, and also across the state of North Carolina. And then we partner with organizations to deliver community education and provider education in communities across the state. And then we also have our survivorship resources. So we gather survivors, again, locally here in the Triangle and then in communities across the state. We have an online lunch and learn series. So we invite survivors to gather virtually to get to know one another. And as we are seeing more survivors in our network, our survivor programming continues to grow as well.
Awesome. I love to hear that. And I love the fact that there is a sense of community, because some people often think, number one, when they get this diagnosis, okay, what am I going to do? Is it a death sentence? And am I in this alone? You know, and it can be a lonely journey if you don't have that community, especially if someone isn't well versed or they're not quite sure what to tell someone who is going through this battle. So to have those the kindred spirits or those people who are saying, I'm fighting through this too, I'm going through this. I know what it feels like to go through chemo every single, week or day or whatever, however, long, however frequent they have to go. That does, and I would have to say, and you can attest to it probably more than I can, that would have to do more for their spirit than anything to know that they're not alone.
Absolutely. And Jenny Denai, she leads our programs here at the organization. She says many years ago, she was very struck. She was at a community education talk, and a survivor came up to her and was floored that there were other lung cancer survivors there, because they'd never met another lung cancer survivor.
Absolutely.
And we always think about that example because it is so common, and that connectivity and creating that community is so important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's so awesome. So, speaking of community, let's talk about the walk. For those of you who aren't sure or aren't aware, there is going to be a Lunge Forward 5K. Now, I don't know if my old bones can run. They get a brisk mall walk out of me. But it's happening March 25th in Cary at 8:30 a.m. But let all of our listeners know about the amazing plans that you guys have for March 25th.
We are so excited about March 25th. So this is earlier in the year. We've moved this event into the spring, and we're very excited about it. It will be at Cocoa Booth Amphitheater. Everything kicks off at 8:30 a.m. And this event is really a celebration of hope. And it's also a chance to honor and remember those that we have lost. And there will be something for everyone. We have family-friendly activities. We're going to have giant inflatable lungs out there brought by Genentech. We will have the 5K run and walk. So for folks that want to do either, whatever your preference, we'll have the kids area, as I mentioned. We'll have food trucks. And again, it'll just be a day to unite the lung cancer community here in the Triangle at a beautiful venue. We're hoping for beautiful weather. And lung cancer survivors are free. And everybody that registers, the first 500 will get a t-shirt. And all of our lung cancer survivors will get a special t-shirt for them to wear for the event.
That is so awesome. Awesome. And I'm super excited for this event. For you guys that are listening, I'm actually going to be volunteering. This is something that I want to do to pay homage to my mom, just to keep her spirit and memory going. So for people who are interested, number one, are you still able to register?
You are still able to register. You can even register the day of. Our online registration will close on Thursday, March the 23rd. But then you can register in person at our packet pickup, which will be on Friday, the 24th. Or you can come the day of the event, show up that morning, and you can register right there on site on the 25th.
Awesome. And then how about volunteers? Are you still
Yeah, you mentioned volunteering. We do still need volunteers. So if you're interested, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. You can go to the Triangle Lunge Forward website, and there's a contact us button there. We are still looking for volunteers of any interest. We need folks to be on the walk and run course. We need folks to help us in the kids area and some of the other booth areas. And with registration, we would welcome you.
That is awesome. Paige, I can't thank you enough once again. I can't wait to see you in person and love on you. Because you guys are just amazing and you're amazing for what you're, deciding to do. This is definitely a heartfelt project, and I'm pretty sure your cups will be full, after the event and long after, because I'm pretty sure you guys also have other events that you will be having in the near future. So, if someone wanted to get on, your mailing list or to hear more information, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do that is visit our website at lungcancerinitiative.org, and you can contact us through the website. You're also welcome to call our office. It's 919-784-0410. And we would love to talk with you about how you want to get involved. And also on our website are a lot of the resources for education, fact sheets, bookmarks. There's a lot of that information on there too, if you just want to learn more about lung cancer.
Awesome. Thank you so much again. I appreciate you. And like I said, I will be there calling out to all of our listeners, all of those out there who just want to lend a helping hand and do something great, pay it forward. Come on out March 25th, 8:30 at the Cocoa booth in Cary, and just have a good time. Just even if you don't know anyone who has been personally affected by lung cancer, just come out and just have a good time and celebrate love, life, and just all things good.
Thank you. Thank you for helping spread awareness and education about lung cancer as well. We really appreciate what you're doing.
Happy to do it. Thank you so much, Paige.
Thank you.